My next guest has taken issue with some of our reporting here on the illegal immigration crisis in this country. My guest is Mark Potok. He's from the Southern Poverty Law Center, joining us tonight from Montgomery, Alabama. Mark, good to have you here.
Well, thanks for having me, Lou. I appreciate it.
I'd like to just say that, I think you and I have a decidedly different view on a number of things, but I'd like to take up, first of all, the facts clearly showing in my judgment that illegal immigration is squeezing this nation's middle class, that it is not beneficial. Here's what your summer 2006 Southern Poverty Law Center intelligence report said, that I quote, me, if we can put this up for everybody to read, I repeatedly and angrily rejected the idea that racism animates the anti-illegal immigration movement or its leaders. Wow. I mean, what are you saying about me? Are you calling me a racist? Are you calling me a liar? What are you doing there?
No, not at all.
It's a little nuanced for me.
It's unrelated to, I don't think you're racist at all, and we've not argued that. You know, what we are really saying, Lou, is that your show, which is an important show, which plays in an hour, 7 days a week, that is, commonly seen by the nation as a leading news hour, your show, I think, covers a movement that in effect is not real. In other words, you simply do not cover the unsavory aspects of this movement, whether one agrees or disagrees with the goals of the anti-illegal immigration movement. So, in my opinion, there are numerous instances in which the Dobbs show, in which your show has simply not covered major developments.
Like what?
In this case. I think, for instance, a very good example is the way the show treated the Proposition 200 battle in 2004 in Arizona. As I imagine people will remember, this was essentially a proposition which would limit very severely any kind of benefits given to undocumented immigrants.
And that bill won passage by the people of Arizona.
Absolutely.
In point of fact.
Absolutely. But the point is that just a couple of weeks before that bill, in fact, went to the polls, before that proposition went to the polls, a woman named Virginia Abernathy was appointed to head their National Advisory Board. This became immediately a scandal, really Arizona-wide. Virtually every paper and newscast in Arizona covered the fact that she was, in fact, a member of a white supremacist group, or in her own words, a self-described white separatist. This really affected what was said in Arizona. It was on all the debates, on all the front pages, and yet your show never touched that fact at all. And, that is the essence of the criticism, is that time and time and time again that has happened. And if I might just offer another brief example.
Well, this isn't brief, Mark. You've been talking now for 2 minutes, so if I may.
Okay, well, go ahead.
You have taken issue on the coverage of illegal immigration, but you've also taken issue with some of the facts on this program. By the way, in terms of Proposition 200, I didn't consider her involvement one way or the other material. She was never a guest on this broadcast and played whatever role she did in support of that legislation. She was hardly, in my opinion, material, but that may be a difference of opinion between you and me.
Well, it's a question of journalism and reporting what this movement really looks like,
what we are trying to do is get
simply
the facts.
Having a polemic about the merits of immigration.
I am most impressed with the polemics of illegal immigration, because in this country, and I hope you heard Congressman Flake and Congressman Bilbray, the facts of illegal immigration in this country are there for all to look at. But there is a concerted movement in this country, which you don't talk about, of open borders and pro-amnesty for illegal aliens, and the aversion to the discussion of the impact for industries, for example, construction, leisure, hospitality, landscaping, meat packing, the list goes on, in which it is empirically demonstrated that wages are going down because of illegal immigration. And to suggest, as you have, that there is a racial tone within being anti-illegal immigration, I am not aligned with any whatsoever. Zero, any.
But Lou, the criticism isn't that you are a racist or anything like that. The criticism is that in the actual movement, the movement that is out there existing on the ground, there are many people who are animated by very ugly ideas and sometimes just plain wacky. The fellow you just had on your air a couple of segments ago, Chris Simcox, is a man who has told people, who has said publicly, that he has spotted the Chinese army maneuvering on the Mexican border. You know, you've had him on your air at least 17 times, probably a great deal many more times, and that has never come up.
Well,
so, you know, our point, just
first
the
of all,
other
I didn't know that, but it's fascinating. That sounds like the real story here. Mark, I've got to apologize. We are out of time. We've used up, what is it, 6 minutes here. Mark, I'm glad you don't think I'm a racist. I think that you've got to take a real view. And the empirical view here, the factual view of illegal immigration, I think is critically important. I know the Southern Poverty Law Center does some good things, but I don't believe it's appropriate or fair or responsible of you to focus on, if you will, the immaterial, and I would accuse you of the same thing you did me, you know, leaving out some of the facts. And the facts are what we're driving us here.
Our job is to study racism and the radical right.
Good. And our job is to get to the reality. And we appreciate it, and we'll have you on, I hope, soon, and you join us. We'll have some more of your thoughts. Okay?
Okay, thanks for having me.